A drama about IT failures in the post office account system might not at first glance sound like a must-watch. Less still like a programme that will change politics. But Mr. Bates versus the Post Office, the four-part ITV series about one of the biggest miscarriages of justice in UK history, the prosecution of hundreds of innocent postmasters for fraud, has galvanised public outrage and led the British government to announce a new law. The writer of that drama, Gwyneth Hughes, joins me now. Gwyneth, great to see you. And congratulations on the impact of Mr. Bates and the Post Office. Did you foresee this incredible reaction?
Absolutely not. No, we've all been blown away by it. We just, on the day of transmission, our boss sent us all a comforting email warning us that we probably wouldn't do that well, and probably not many people would watch it. But never mind, it will find an audience, which is television speak for nobody's ever going to watch. So we woke up the next morning, and he literally thought that he'd misheard the ratings, and it just has got bigger and bigger. And I don't. The whole thing is unbelievable. The story of the postmasters and what happened to them is completely unbelievable from beginning to end. And this is, I think, just the an unbelievable chapter in an unfolding, ongoing story.
Why do you think it struck such a chord?
Well, it's an absolutely terrific story, which has been nibbling around the edges of all our minds, hasn't it, for ages? Sort of vaguely heard of it, couldn't quite get to grips with it. It's very complex, very difficult to understand technicalities in it. And once you could get behind those technicalities and show the impact on the lives of the people concerned, I think it just, we pulled out a cork and it all came boiling out. And I think also people are, everybody's fed up. Everybody feels they're unheard. Everybody feels, I think, that in some small way in all our lives, this kind of thing is happening. We can't get through. Just banal things like dealing with call centres. We've all sat there. We've all done that. And dealing with government.
If I may say so, Gwyneth, I think you're sort of being typically modest about your own skill in translating the story into something watchable. We've worked together. I should make clear. You wrote a great script. I completely failed to get it sold. But you're meticulous in your research, I know. Did you get to talk to all of the people involved, including those who emerged as, well, let's use the word, villains of the piece?
No, I spoke to no villains. No villains agreed to talk to me. Surprise. I mean, no, nobody at the post office hierarchy wanted to get involved. And, I can't blame them for that, really. Gosh. So, no, we spoke to nobody like that. I have never met Paula Venables. I'd still kill to meet her. But we had to find other ways to try to get inside her head and the heads of the post office bosses, because they wouldn't engage. But we did that with Paula Venables. We just went to, we looked at every single email she'd ever written that was disclosed. We looked at all the interviews with her that she'd done with national newspapers, and we spoke to people who'd met her. And we, from that, sort of concocted a characterisation and also the dialogue. All the dialogue in the film that Paula Venables says is from transcripts and things like that, which makes it, I mean, it's not spoken English. Our lovely actress, Leah Williams, had to try and find a way to get this emails to come out of her mouth sounding like speech, which she did brilliantly, I think.
In your career, you've basically had two kinds of things that you do. You do, Vanity Fair, Edwin Drood, all of those kinds of things. But also, you've got this line of dramas about things like stalking, honour killings, and now this. One of our panel here today has written a piece today in which he essentially describes what you do as a kind of campaigning journalism. And one of the things that's really interesting and a way a bit humbling, I suppose, for people like me, is that you've managed to achieve what dozens of journalists in print and radio and telly have failed to achieve over 10 to 12 years. What do you think made the difference with this drama in terms of getting people activated, getting government to pay attention?
I think it's not just this drama. I think it's just the power of drama in general as a thing, as a phenomenon that we humans have invented. And we invented it a long time ago for a purpose, which was to make connection. And I think that even the best documentary, and I mean, I was a documentary maker and loved doing that, but even the best of them, they sort of appeal to your head rather than to your heart. Because even the best of them, it's always someone sitting there telling you something terrible that happened to them in the past. Whereas in drama, you're right there, you know, during this terrible event, experiencing it through the eyes of the person who went through it. And in the hands of a brilliant actor, you know, that just can grab your heart and grab your attention like nothing else. So I think it's just drama in general. If the right drama comes along with the right subject at the right time, clearly all those things must have come together. You know, the stars aligning, and that's what
But
gave us extraordinary success.
you've obviously, I mean, this has been fantastic success. But I know you've obviously got more dragons to slay. What's next?
What's next? It's a prolonged lie down on the sofa. This has been the most extraordinary couple of weeks at the end of the most, you know, hard work, 3 years of work making, and I need a rest. But my email box is full. The inbox is full of people saying to me, "I've got a story for you. It's even worse than the post office." So yeah, ice bag on head, darkened room. Then think of something else to do.
OK, we will be watching, but congratulations again, Gwyneth.
Thank you.